So I'm going to come clean with you. I think in my frustration in that last race, I may have bumped the desk and some cables came loose. So I had to stop the recording, but I realized that it was dragging on anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry on from where we were, try a different tuning setup, just see if we can push through. We always knew this was going to be difficult, but then what I'll do is I'll post this as a part one and a part two, just so that it's not a huge play session all in one go. Didn't expect those races to take so long. Anyway, let's get back to work. Right, apologies everyone. I think we had a little bit of a cutout in the stream there for a second. Not the stream, the recording rather. Right, so we always knew this was going to be difficult. So I think the turbo probably was a bit too expensive for the PP there. So what we're going to do is we're going to go and take that off. I think this car is actually just going to be tough to win this series with. Right, so let's get rid of the turbo, and then we go back to the tuning shop and see where we stand. I know there are probably plenty of drivers out there that could drive that a lot better than I'm currently driving it, but I think we probably need more in the suspension. Right, so what does that cost? Okay, all right, let's do weight reduction. Let's get some basic sports suspension, see if that helps a little bit. And then we need some horsepower. We're going to struggle to keep up with these cars, but we're looking for cheap horsepower. Right, so these are all quite cheap. Let's try this. The problem is, if we get this wrong, these particular little bits we're doing, they can't be undone. So then we're just going to have to push through, and we're using up a lot of credits. Right, 464. Right, we've dropped the weight down a little bit. We've got a bit of better suspension. The brakes aren't an issue. That's just a me issue. And I don't properly know how to use it yet, but let's get this brake balance controller in and just see if that helps a little bit, that we can sort of play with adjustments there. We're going to have one more stab at the expressway, but if we don't do it, the whole point of doing all of the races was to just get the experience in. I think at this point it might be a bit of a false economy though, so we're going to give it one more go, and then we'll go try one of the other cars just in case we need to switch over. Right. Let's see if this is better. It's not better. Right. What I'm going to do is let's turn around. We're going to do a little test run here. Right, so now we've got the brake balance controller. Right. So the issue is our back end is throwing around. So do we move it? Let's just try it to the front first and see where that gets us. That feels a bit better. Right, now let's try to the back. I think the front was right. Right, let's try. Right, this is our last go at this, and then we move on to the other races. That feels a bit better. Right, that is a DNF. I mean, I knew this was going to be tough. But then again, sport mode's not going to be easy for a new driver either, so... Right, which one of these... Let's try Tsukuba, because we might actually... I think that Sylvia is actually a bit more powerful than the Roadster. So let's just see if we can get round here and get third. Podium's all we need. I thought we were gone there. We can do this. I think we can win this race. Got to trail off the brake a lot more gently. Straighten out before we accelerate. Don't get greedy on tight corners. They all seem a bit slow on this track, so I think we can get away with being a little bit less aggressive. I don't think this will happen so much later on when, you know, we've got more cars in the inventory. It's just with these early ones on prize cars only, well, literally there's no other car to choose here. We've got 3 laps, so we don't have to push ourselves too hard. I think it was the straights on the express. Well, no, actually, it was the driving. Let's not even make those sorts of excuses. It was the driving, 100%. Self-awareness. That's what's going to make us better at this. Oh, that's so bad. Third place is still in sight. He's right in front of us. Come on. Right, now we have to push a bit. This is going to be very close. Nope. Well, as it happens, it's not going to be that close. Oh. Well, we didn't come last. We go again. I think we may have to get a little bit more traction control on if we're still struggling. This is why I hold my breath and don't risk saying anything. Just keep an eye on that radar. We don't want any little bumps ruining this for us. Stop with the panic downshifts. It's not helping. Don't lose it here. Do not lose it here. Wow, that was something. Right, now I know that Sylvia is more powerful, but rather than spending a ton on tuning and learning how to drive another car, we're going to try and just finish this series out with this one. We're starting to get a feel for it. And arguably Tsukuba is probably a bit harder than the high-speed ring. We'll switch over to the Sylvia if we just don't have enough power for this. This is going to be high risk for sliding. Oh no, she's quick. No. It's just so sensitive. But it's kind of really nice doing this because, you know, like in the late game, you're pretty much just driving GT3s and GT4s. Just coming back to this, it just adds a whole new dimension to it. It's not just about lap times, it's about learning how to control different cars. It may not seem like it, but I am actually enjoying this. This is where we need to not get greedy. No need to push. We just need to dodge AI pit maneuvers and driving mistakes. And there we go. Right, that is menu book 10 complete. We are going to leave the expressway where it is, and I think we will just move on. We can learn that track with circuit experiences and other races, but this early on, this is just, we don't want to get discouraged. This is tough enough already. I actually really like Deep Forest. Thank you, Luca, but I do not want to look at these cars for a long time. Right, French hot hatches. So, menu book 11. French hot hatches. This is where the Clio we got from the B license is going to be really useful. You know, we've got a couple others that we won earlier on, but I think this is going to be where it's at. Right, let's just check. I think this is 500. Again, we're going to try and do all three races. Right, okay, so we'll do good Brands Hatch first. So it is, yeah, 500. Right, let's go tune up the Clio. This car is actually hugely useful for quite a lot of race series. It's certainly going to get us through the next two, I think. Right, change car. Right, so what can we actually afford to put on here? Right. Tires, I'm learning that tires are always one of the first good picks. Right, let's get some sport suspension. Let's get the brakes. It's actually got quite a lot of power already, so let's focus on we're going to try and not go over the limit here. 220. Right, that'll do. Right, so that seems like, that looks to me like it's a good balance of performance and sort of power and handling. But as I proved in the last menu book, I know nothing. Alright, so let's go. Brands Hatch. This should be doable quite comfortably. Oh, look at that, a car that doesn't slide every time you try and turn it. I'm not bitter or anything. think we actually need to push a bit. We're treating this like a Sunday drive. We need to be faster through there. Oh no! Well, that was a bit pathetic. I don't think we're short on power. And of course there's a clean race bonus. I wasn't really racing, was I? Right, let's go again. More aggressive. I think we can probably pick up a few tenths in this turn coming up now. Not like that, we can't. Get out of the way! Maybe I should just be more okay with just ramming them. They're certainly okay with just ramming me. Problem is it forces you into taking a line that's not very good. Come on, come on. No. We're not going to do it like that. Well, at least if we fail and have to do this, you know, a few dozen times, we're not going to be short of credits. It's getting so tempting to snap that difficulty switch. I think that's where we're slow. Okay, so just lift there. Bit more brake there. Better. That was a bit cheeky from those two. Right, the Alpine is faster. Oh no, I'm on the wrong side. We should be relatively comfortable in third here. We'll take it, but... No, actually, we're not gonna risk the race. No, no. There we go. That was a bit tougher than I thought it was going to be. That's why it was so tough. We needed the yellow one. Alright. Let's do Sardegna first. Get that out of the way, and then we can finish with one of my favorites. Don't try to win the race on the first lap. This is how we lose. Well, that actually could have gone worse, that corner. Do you know, we're on menu book 11. I think I must have broken 16 gearboxes already. I'm really glad we didn't get frustrated in that previous series and end up turning the difficulty down. It's so easy to give up, but I actually feel like we're gaining so much from it. That was almost perfectly as bad as it was last time. Oh. See, I just never ever should talk about things going well. But we've done it. Right. Nice to see that that's getting a bit more consistent. I'd really love to get through this whole playthrough without having to, you know, drive in a way that creates bad habits rather than good. Alright, let's see if we can do this one first go. Come on. I'm really looking forward to trying out the power pack later on in the series and just see how different the Sophie AI is. Like, no doubt it's going to be harder to beat, but supposedly a lot less predictable, and they actually adapt to your movements. These guys are just on train tracks. Alright, a bit more aggressive here, come on. Started enjoying myself too much. Come on, I don't want to have to take you on that corner. Oh, I think we brake late. No. We got him. We got him. And that is menu book 11 done. When we started in 10, I didn't think we were going to get much further today. Right, we're quickly going to go and see Luca and claim our prizes. Right, I think we're probably going to leave that one for next time. Right, let's go quickly claim some money. We're going to start really needing some credits soon, particularly when we get to like the muscle car series and things. Tuning gets expensive. Right, can we do better than all 4 of these being the lowest amounts? That's 1 out of 4. See, that I think is a big issue with this. There's so many prize parts you get, but unless you're literally trying to tune every vehicle in the game, they're absolutely useless. There are just too many of them. Like, it'd be absolutely fine if we could then go and sell those parts. Oh, come on! I thought we were getting rich there. Right, last one. This could be useful. Yep. Looks like the game's trying to keep us honest. Right, on that note, I think we're going to leave it there for the day. Got quite a lot done, actually. I think we got menu books 6 through 11 all completed. Sorry about that little technical error earlier. What I'll probably do is split this up into two videos, just so it's not too long. But thank you very much for watching. If you'd like to see more, please drop a like and subscribe. It really, really helps. Yeah. I'm out of office. See you on the grid.